Hey traders, Raghee here. Welcome to the free recap video, and I'm going to cover a couple of the concepts we discussed in the member webinar. Every Wednesday we do a webinar after the close to cover a concept, and this week was something that we've been talking a lot about in this recap videos, and I thought this would be a great way to tie it together. And that is kind of my first two rules, right? I mean, I think Warren Buffett has a set of rules, which is don't lose money, and then see rule number one is rule two, which is great, which is cool, but that stuff's really great, but how do you do it? And to me, my rule number one and two are every trade starts with the market trend, and rule number two is get the trend structure right. Now, the question is always how, right? And the way we do that, the how here for us is the GRaB candles, right? The GRaB candles. And these are the candles that I developed to help decode the trend. And there's four trend types, or four market, you can look at it as market phases if you want to look at it that way, right? Because trends tend to imply up or down, right? But market phases are, of course, uptrends, of course, downtrends, right? We know those are really basic. And we know there is choppy market action. So choppy is going to be wide, sideways movement. And then there is what we'll call channel or consolidation. And that is narrow sideways movement. Now, you have to distinguish all four of these. You have to have a tool that allows you to recognize every single type of market phase. And again, this is from Charles Dow 101. 30 plus years ago, teenage me started reading about Charles Dow and what was posthumously known as Dow theory. And there were only really articles and spatterings. I think recently Dow theory has taken on a whole lot more prominence, but Dow theory was always something out there that people would talk about, and I think it just continues to gain more traction because, well, heck, it just works. Okay, so the second conversation here is, once you've understood that every trend starts with the market trend, and how do we do that? That is going to be with GRaB candles and the 34 EMA wave. And you see me do this every single trading video that we do. In fact, you can even add propulsion dots to this. I'm just going to put and prop dots. Okay. The second tool that we can use, or really the second thing that we do once we understand the overall market trend is this. And I think this is a really interesting concept that a lot of folks may know, but they don't maybe know it so emphatically. And that is, my watch list for buys cannot look like my watch list for shorts. My watch list for buys is typically going to be green GRaB candles, right? Green GRaB for whatever market. It could be stocks, it could be futures, it could be ETFs, it could be anything, right? But the green GRaB candles for that symbol, whatever the symbol is. Same thing works with time frames, by the way. Green GRaB candles is an uptrend, usually, right? If they organize. An organization, get the structure right, which was rule number two, get the structure right is all about understanding what the propulsion dots are saying, what the consistency of the green candles are, what the angle of the 34 EMA wave is. And so, again, I know I haven't shown you a chart yet, but you guys see this all the time. So I really wanted to sort of give you all a synopsis for what we do. So if you're catching this video and you haven't seen any of my others, you might think, okay, great, Raghee's typing away in space. I love space. And this is really to tie up. So go watch some of my previous videos here at the Simpler Trading YouTube channel. There are literally dozens and dozens of them, and you will see me use the GRaB candles and the 34 EMA wave and the prop dots again and again and again, because these are what's known as the tops indicators. And by the way, gang, these are free tools. Before anybody goes off saying, oh, great, selling an indicator. Hey, there are indicators that are great that even I pay for. Even I'm a subscriber too. But these are free tools because I think Dow theory was free. I learned from Dow. It's made me a successful trader for over 30 decades. And so I kind of feel like, it's our responsibility to pass it on. And these are very basic, time-tested things. And, I'm happy to make them available for free. So green GRaB candles for an uptrend, red GRaB candles for a downtrend. In future videos, we'll talk about propulsion dots. But one of the things I want to just make sure that everyone understands is, in terms of EMAs, think about what happens with the interaction between a 3 EMA and an 8, or an 8 EMA and a 13, or an 8 EMA and a 21. Not just crossing, but what propulsion dots do is create a self-correcting moving average. So I look at them, one moving average, EMA versus EMA. That's the way I look at it. I don't want to look at a series of EMAs. I actually want to see if the 3-8 create a signal. Then I want to know if the 8-13 create a signal. Then I want to know if the 8-21 create a signal. So I'm not looking at 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55. I'm not looking for them to all to continue to cross. I'm looking at these groupings. So I will look at sort of the EMA versus EMA for what we call acceleration. Acceleration. When does the market's foot hit the gas pedal? All right, and you can see some of these notes down in here. So I hope this is a little bit different a video, but I hope it really gets through what is vital about learning how to use the tools. I've been talking a lot about relative performance and the structure of the market. It's very important right now because of just how much chop we're seeing on the daily, on 1 minute. And if you can get the market structure right, you then know what strategy to deploy. You then know what indicators to use. But everything starts with this, and that is at the heart of what the GRaB candles and the wave do. And again, these are tools that I've used for decades now. A lot of folks use them. A lot of folks are influenced by them, just like I was influenced by Charles Dow. And so I hope this has been helpful, and I will see you in the next video, my friends.